Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Hi everyone, Conditional Love Taro, Patricia Epperson, Felicia Gunthrop. I hope everyone is having a good weekend. Andy ESP, Editor Martinez, Kate Malden. Okay, today is Saturday, so please feel free to ask me political questions, personal questions, pet questions, whatever you have. Departed loved ones. Hi, Noel, Douglas. I'm sure you guys have heard of the the shooting at Brown University. I mean, Christmas Eve, Christmas is almost upon us. And for parents to be dealing with something like that, this is terrible. So let's keep the Brown University students and faculties and people in Rhode Island, I believe Brown is, and our prayers. This is the last thing we want to deal with right now. Man-made situations like this. Hi, Star. Okay. I'm not sure if we have any major entertainment news I meant to. One question I have is, what is her name? Charlie Kirk's wife going to work for CBS? Does anybody know? Because I saw something a little while ago. There's a picture of her and a picture of the woman who's the new boss at CBS next to one another. So that's what that's why I'm asking: is she going to be working there as well? Because she CBS right now, I'm sure they're going to be like Fox News. I'm looking to see if there's any entertainment news, something new to talk about. But does anybody know if she's going to work for CBS? I am looking to see, but anyway, I don't see anything. Dick Van Dyke, you guys. This guy, he's 100, or at least if he's not 100, he will be 100, and in not too distant future. And he's saying that, I mean, it seems like he eats sugar. Well, who doesn't love sugar? But I can't have it, and a lot of I cut back on sugar because that stuff causes too much inflammation. But he's pretty funny. He says some sugar, help you kick to 100, something to that effect. And there was something else I saw, something else that he said. Oh yes, I read it this morning, that they asked him what was the secret of him living that long. He said he tries not to stress himself over anything. If I was him, he's 100. Vicky's I9536 says today is Dick Van Dyke's 100th birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Dick Van Dyke. I didn't know it was today. I saw they were talking about it on the TMZ website. I was going to go on the Hollywood website, but it's too long for me to type, so I didn't go there. Oh, Marilyn H says Erica Kirk is on a media tour promoting her book, so she's probably going to go on CBS. That's probably one of her staffs. That's why. Yeah, this one is pretty funny, K. Malden. I agree with you. Yeah, he seemed like he was a pretty good guy too. I remember when Frank Sinatra and all that whole gang, Sammy Davis Jr., all those guys, they used to be on TV. That was in the early 70s. Oh, Josie Dog says, sorry I missed the earlier session, but my daughter is now a state robotics champion. Congratulations, good for her. Hey, Taki. Pat Star says, I saw an interview with Dick Van Dyke, and he said his family all have lived very long lives. Oh, that's good. And all of them stayed active in their later years, so it's in the genes. Oh, absolutely. And he is, I mean, he said, according to him, he says he can't lift and do the things that he used to do at the gym anymore, but he still goes to the gym, which is amazing, you know. Yes, Kim Alden says, I used to watch the rerun of the Dick Van Dyke show and loved him and Mary Poppins. Yes, I forgot about that show, yes. That is true. And I remember, you know, the era of, like I mentioned before, Sammy Davis, Frank Sinatra, I mean, that whole gang. Yeah, it was, and Johnny Carson. Oh yeah, Johnny Carson left us. Oh my God, yeah, I forgot about that. But I'm happy for him, and he looks pretty healthy. He's probably gonna be here for probably another, you know, the Rat Packers. Yes, I'm Kurt the Lion. Yep, the Rat Pack. That's true. Yeah, it seems like he's gonna be. I wouldn't be surprised the way he's going if he lasts another 5 to 10 years. So, Game Well Done says, yes, that was in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Yep. I came here in 70, late 70, 71. So, I remember them. And that was the Nixon era. That was right in the middle of Watergate. I landed. Because I remember the leader of the Senate. I can't remember his name right now. But yeah, those were the days, and those guys were brave. They were country above everything. It's not like today, you know, it's those guys' careers over the country. Thank you very much, Susan Rotella, for generosity of the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Susan says, number one, I appreciate that. I'll take it. I need that now. I need the boost, you know. But yes, I remember Watergate, you know, but I wouldn't be surprised. It's not going to be like Watergate. This is going to be worse than Watergate. So it's going to be very interesting to watch. Melia, hi Melia, I want to be able to pay my sister rent this month. I'll pay her in January for December. Will she be okay with that? I think so. She may grumble, but what is she going to do? She's your sister. You know, but I think she'll be all right with it. Okay? Yes. And the person who seems to be losing his mind is Stephen Miller and Vought. Oh, did you hear, you guys, what Trump did? Well, with the shooting at Brown University, he had to retract his statement. He so wants to control everything. You know, he said the shooter was apprehended and they have not found the person yet, so he had to go back and erase that, delete it. Oh my God. You know, people, you know, when you say something like that coming from the president of this country, you know, Helen will say Rubio too. Really? Yeah, I think you're right. And you know, you make statements like that, it can have consequences because people trust what, you know, you have the right information with all those experts. Anyway, so he retracted it, and the people there were some people at Brown that were on Twitter. They said they did not apprehend the perpetrator. So let's keep. I mean, they're gonna get that person. I don't feel. It's unfortunate. two people lost probably two young people, two students, because this is final week, and final week there's a lot of stress on everybody. I mean, every student, mostly if you're at Brown. Oh Lord, I can only imagine the stress that's on those young people, young students. Worrying about their grades and if they're going to do well, and people can freak out. I mean, something must have been wrong here already, up there already. Mimo says, like the Nuremberg trial of 1947. Yes, it's going to be that dramatic, it feels like to me. That's why Trump is talking or is threatening the ICC, International Court something. He's demanding that they give him some kind of agreement that they will not, the International Court will not go after him and the people who, and his administration. I doubt they're going to do that, because there is, besides the fact that Trump's influence on the Republican Party is waning, also people are standing up to him. Look at what happened in Tennessee. Republicans are beginning to complain, okay, and his poll numbers are going to continue to drop. It's going to be shocking to him how people are just going to not take him seriously anymore. 2026 is not going to be a good year. And also, unfortunately for him, his health is going to continue to deteriorate. And doing things like he did tonight, I'm sure it has to do well. He's a control freak. Okay, he wants to show that I'm king. I know everything. I'm in charge of everything that's going on in this country. And you're releasing erroneous information. So those things are caused because of his condition. He was already like that, but when you suffer from dementia or Alzheimer's, whatever it is, it amplifies those shortcomings. And the ESP says, karma, yeah. Really? Miss E said, hey everyone, freezing in Maryland. What's the temperature over there? It's kind of chilly here too. I'm in Florida now, at least for now anyway. I'm moving back to Jersey. At least I want to move back to Jersey. I'm seriously considering it. But anyway, even in Florida, I think it's in the 60s, or at least going down to the 60s or 50s tonight, because this morning it was cool here. And we're supposed to have a cold front. 1 second, let me see. Oh, it's not too bad now. It's 73. So it's going to go down to 68, 69. I thought it was. So it was only last night. It was in the low 60s here too. This morning was kind of chilly. Well, if it's not in the 80s now, I'm used to. It's like I'm back in Haiti. I'm used to the nice warm weather. So anything below 80, it's cold, Then I said, Milo, I'm thinking of joining up and travel sometimes to nutrition group meetups. I eat a carnivore diet. Oh, okay. Will I go in 2026, and could this help my nurse coach business? Thank you. I don't feel it's going to do that immediately. And if I were you, don't get me wrong, the more we know about nutrition and how it helps us, the better. I'm sure you know that, but I'm talking for the wider audience. It's not something people have to do unless they have a condition. Okay. I feel like saying yes, but this year I'm not sure if it's the right year to go travel and do that because you're investing money, you know, and it's because, people can postpone that stuff. They can Google quite a bit of stuff if they want to. So I would wait a year or so just depending on the economy. But yes, you can make it happen. It's a matter of timing, how you time it. Okay? Oh, really? Elizabeth Martinez says, New Jersey, they say, will be the new Venice because of the flooding. You mean where? Because I am in northern Jersey. I don't know. You mean Jersey is sinking too? I mean, we have in southern Jersey, we have the beaches and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's where you're referring to, Elizabeth. I wouldn't be surprised because they said New York City is supposed to go underwater as well. So let's see what happens. I'm not seeing that. And where I am at in northern Jersey, and I'm in high ground. I'm not rich enough to buy anything new. Well, even if I was rich, I wouldn't buy anything on the water. Felicia Gonta said, Milu, why do you want to go back to Jersey? I miss it. And Florida is a bit too wild, Okay, what irks me, I don't, those of you have heard me say this before, okay, I just want to answer the question. Until about a year ago, they were raising my rent $500 a month for 2 years. The first year, $500 a month is a lot of money. They did that for 2 years. So that left ever since, because that's what put me in a pretty bad situation. They put me in a tight financial situation. So that's why I love the weather. I'd love to stay here. I don't trust the landlords around here. And the other day, there is something there's an application a lot of landlords are using. They call it RealPage. I'm sure some of you have heard about it. It's like a cartel, the way they go about, before the landlord did not know what landlord down the street was charging and stuff like that. So now it's price fixing. That's why they got sued. And this past week, I realized RealPage, they're using RealPage in where I live at. This complex. I had to, because they have a new application where if you need service, maintenance. If you need maintenance, you have to go and tap whatever it is that you want. And I had to sign into RealPage in order for me to get into that application. So RealPage monitors everything, including fixing. That's why apartment in the southern side of the United States have gone up so crazy. People were moving to Florida, and now people are running away. And but I don't trust landlords around here, and I'm not sure I trust other things. So that's when I decided. I've been wanting to go back to Jersey, but I'm planning, hopefully keeping my fingers crossed, I can do that probably next March, April, I hope. I'm thinking about it. We'll see. You know, if I find, the reason why I stay here is because of YouTube. Because during the day, there's a lot of light that come in here. This is pretty conducive for what I do. And, you know, I feel good about here because there's a lake right across from me, you know. So, because by the time I came in here about 4.5 years ago, they raised the rent $1,500, probably even more. It's crazy. So that's why that left a bad taste on my mouth, you know. I can move someplace else. What if they decide to do the same thing? But anyway, I don't see you guys asking questions. Sorry if I got a little carried away. Well, you asked me questions, so I was answering your questions. Okay. And Will says, I always thought it would be cool to join the Polar Bear Club for a New Year's dip, but wouldn't be able to handle the cold. There is no way, Ellen Wills, I would do that. No way. Oof. Well, I was born in Haiti. That's one thing I would not promise anyone. I can't even imagine myself taking a dip in the middle of winter. No way. My microphone sounds low. I don't think so. Let's see. Because no, my microphone is fine. Sorry, it's on your end. Let's see. Deborah Webb says she lived in Wichita to attend aviation maintenance school. Wow, that's impressive. And had a neat job at a federal contractor in which I was the lead in a Boeing project. Wow, I am not so hot on Boeing anymore. Oh, God. Really? Okay. Irene Clubber says, how long will my dog live? It's hard to tell, but I don't feel your dog is about to go, though. The only thing is, does your dog walk funny? Irene Clubber? Wait a minute, I think someone asked me a question. Did I? I want to make sure somebody asked me a question. I want to make sure I answered that person's question. Let's see. Felicia, I think, asked me the question. I don't remember if I answered it in full because I'm going from one thing to another. I hope I did. I don't even remember what the question was, otherwise I would have repeated it. Okay. Let me scroll down. Oh my God, Sharon John says, it's a balmy 14 degrees and winter storm here in Indianapolis. Sorry about that. Well, it's about 68 here now, so I'm sure some Floridian will tell you it's cold. Millie said, Milu, you can get on California Psychic and make money. I've been with them for years. You have a card reader. Okay, I'll look into that. I mean, you know, I've heard of the company. I've done King. I've been doing King for a long time. But yeah, you're right. I'll try that again. I'll try them. I think I was trying to get them once, but I'll try again. Oh, you know what? I did. I tried to join them some years ago. The woman who interviewed me didn't like me very much, so I didn't push. But I don't know if they had a change in personnel. So, but the woman did not. I think my accent, that's what it was. She did not like the fact that I had an accent. Yeah, that was part of the problem. Okay, but thank you for that. I will look into it. Thank you, One Unconditional Love Tarot, for the sounds. Okay, because YouTube does. I'm not YouTube. Microsoft. They make changes today. They can make changes to your PC. You don't even know about it. That's what's been throwing me off. I should every day before I go on do certain checks, but sometimes I get distracted if I'm reading something, and I forget to check things, depending on how upsetting what I am reading before I come on, because I like to make sure, nothing is happening, or I have the latest news before I go on, so I can tell people I just read this and this is what I think is coming. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm looking for questions. When is Christmas? A week from this coming Monday? Or no? Or the middle of the week, after next Monday, next week. Not this coming week, but after that. Am I right? Hi, Bridget York. Okay. Dana says no state taxes in Washington State either, Milou. Pretty temperature, climate, but I have a feeling you won't go. You'll go back to New Jersey. Yeah, I'm seriously considering, because I'm looking for an apartment there already. It's expensive there too. Maybe you can get away from New Jersey winter for a few months, rent and buy a used camper. I would know. There's no way I'd drive one of those things. For some reason, I don't like them. They scare me. That's what it is. But it would be a nice experience, because I do have a solar generator. I have it here, but I plug it into the AC. That is so that if I have blackouts, it won't. Well, as long as my Wi-Fi. Oh no, I can come right back up because I have a mobile Wi-Fi. So, but yeah, one of those campers would be nice. Joyce Matthew says, Miller, would you move to Georgia? One of my sisters owned a house in Evans, Georgia. I was there. I stayed there for about 2 or 3 months before I moved to Florida. It was so dead. That's the only reason. That's why my sister moved to California. The area was like, there isn't much to do. So, but the area is very nice, very pretty. But, my God, there's nothing to do. That's the only, if I were to move to Georgia, I don't think I want to live to Georgia because it's too cold. It's either I live in Florida or I go back to Jersey. But Georgia, they have some nice places, I heard. And I have, quite a few relatives live there too. Okay. Thank you very much. Isabella Capito says, I love your accent, Mary. Thank you. The lady who interviewed me at California Psychic didn't like it very much. I don't know why. Deborah Webb says, Milo, try Mystic Sense to make money giving readings. A lot of their readers have accent. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, that's good. Thank you very much, Dana. Thank you, Milo. I remember to ask you for comments after the live ends and for folks to post the video if they get the offer from YouTube to do so. I don't, yeah, today I'm not going to ask, yes, thank you for reminding me of that, Music Diana, but today I'm not going to ask to boost this one because it's mostly, people didn't ask me any questions, except for one person that asked me a question, but that was it. I like, to boost, yes, you're right. I like to boost when people ask me questions and I do the fun reading and stuff like that, yeah. So, but thank you for reminding me, it's important. Cheryl says, okay. Oh, Sheriff 522, it says Ronald UCL. Love Tarot, yes, exactly. Oh, okay, it is very cold here. I thought that was something else. I'm looking for questions. All right, friends, too many campers now and regulations are getting crazy. Lots of rules now. Well, lots homeless people and RVs. Yeah, rent is so crazy. I can see that. And a lot of them are staying or camping in Walmart parking lot. There is a video on YouTube. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched a couple of minutes, but it's so painful to see. People are being evicted from some Walmart somewhere. It's pretty sad. Our country have gotten to this point, But I'm not surprised. I have a video. In fact, I should edit that section of it and repost it. That's when I was doing. I was trying to find other subjects to talk about. And I did, I was doing every Wednesday, I used to do financial predictions. And I created a video where I was talking about the super wealthy. They want us hungry, sick, trying to barely keep a roof over our head in order for them to control us. And that's what's happening right now. That was about 2.5 years ago, almost 3. In fact, this February will probably be 3 years. When I made that prediction, it's happening. I feel this is what we are watching unfold today, unfortunately. Okay, friends, thank you very much for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilo.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel, please subscribe if you are not a subscriber yet. And please don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That will help me a lot. Although this video I didn't do much. We did mostly talking and stuff. I'm not quite sure how interesting people will find it. But please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. I will see you all on Monday evening. Till then, bye.